Hello everyone. I wanna share my experience about my running and when I was young, especially the learning language. Uh, someone someone asked me who were the most influential teachers in my life. Actually, in my case, the our the my age is 27 in Korean. Though we started the learning language in English, though when I was elementary school student, the third grade, it's the first. So we don't have any information about learning language, so I didn't learn about the language, English. So I didn't study English at academic, and I just I just I just studied with English teacher, but I didn't like to learn English. So uh, because the English is a very transit for me. The so I and I don't have any motivation. So I don't have intrinsic the motivation. So I ask myself why I should study and learn in English. So I didn't understand. But on the other hand, the other subject, for example, math, science, history, and the others, I like it. I like them. So I am proud of the other project, and I have a self-respect. So I liked other subjects, but when I was a limited school student, maybe English teacher didn't have to teach enough. I don't not enough to teach for us. So maybe I just I the third grade student, when I was third grade, I didn't write the alphabet. I didn't know how to read it, but they want to follow the just song, but I didn't understand, so I didn't like that. So I think it's a little bit vague model of teaching. So yes, it's a 10 15 no maybe 17 years ago. So it's too old, so I didn't like it. But and then this is I say to about just teachers, but I know myself. uh, I didn't control. I don't control. I'm not control the teachers. It means if some students say, "Oh, I like the math teacher," or "I like English teacher," so I study well and I want to focus on this study. But it's not my case. It means I uh I if I think about it's a really need for me, so I study. But English is not. I think the English is not English is. I didn't need to learn English, so I didn't study and learn English, so I hate it. But when I was 21 years old and 22 years, my style to change it because I had the chance to go to the Canada. So at that time, I didn't speak English well. I just knew that just say greeting, and but I didn't know the grammar well. So but I just speak in English very well. But some parts, if when I listen to other people, a little bit understand, but not enough for keep going to conversation. But actually, I met Professor David when I was 21. He taught to the English class when I was optometry student. So it's really he gave the intrinsic motivation because his teaching is a very interesting. So suddenly I thought, oh, I wanna study English. Wow, it's really fun. It's really interesting. So I more don't want to learning language. So I think it's really important of part of the giving the motivation for students. So so who was the most the influence teachers in my life? I think the Professor David. He is my he is the change in my life, I think. But my teacher, no, I'm sorry. So sometimes I think include is who is the SAG model and the coach model. Actually, I didn't remember the English teacher's name, but they just give they just say to okay memorize vocabs and just focus on the grammar, but it's really boring because I didn't study English. So when I was a high school student, it's really hard. It's difficult it's really hard. It's difficult to understand myself. So I lose my confidence and self-respect and pride. So and the textbook is really hate the socks. It's not good because it just focus. Yeah, I know it's really important, but I want to improve my listening and the speaking, but they just need to study grammar and it's simple writing, but I think it's not writing. It's just they just want to memorize, but it's not interested. So it's not interested for me. So as you can see, so I think the some extrinsic and intrinsic motivation is really important. So so when I teaching the student in English class, I want to give the motivation. So I want to be I don't want to be say model. So so I the so more the studying, and then so I think the Professor David is a really good teacher for me. Thank you. Listen to my recording and then share my experience. Thank you.